Hello YouTube, my name is Max, and I decided to create this channel for those of you who have seen hundreds of self-help videos on YouTube and still find yourself right where you were. You still find yourself stuck, and you ask yourself, I've seen hundreds of videos, I've tried so many ways, and I've gotten motivated, I've gotten excited, but then I just go back to my old ways and I feel so unaccomplished, you know? The way life should be still hasn't happened for me yet. And I relate to people like that, and I found myself this way. I would watch a video, think it was just gonna help me in every way, and then I find myself back to how I was, and that grand picture of myself, that vision of success, never happened. Until I discovered some of my own insights. Now, there's tons of experts on YouTube who have studied various ways of being happy, getting rid of anxiety, depression, but there's not too many regular people out there who have just had some profound insights, maybe some new ways of approaching things. And I really want to share that with those that are still seeking help. And I want to help some people personally if they feel like they need, a more personalized approach. But for those who just want some advice or something they haven't heard of, this is what this channel is for. So happiness is a really loaded topic. There's so much material on approaches to trick your mind, to make schedules, put structure into your life. There's so many ways, and it's all out there, and it's all accessible. But what I want to share with you is a mindset that will slowly get you into that almost enlightened kind of state where you wonder, okay, these enlightened people, what are they really feeling? What is allowing them to be enlightened? And I think the biggest thing is the ability to let go fear. And the reason why you're unhappy is mostly wrapped around fear. Everything that you're unhappy about, in your mind, you think will lead to more fearful situations and even closer to death. Because let's say you get kicked out of your house for some reason, you lose your job, you become homeless. Maybe you won't even survive being homeless, and then you think you'll die then, or you'll live a life of shame. There's just certain scary things out there like shame, fear, uncertainty that's allowing you to kind of just sink in your unhappiness and prove itself, because the more unhappy you are, the more unhappy situation you bring to yourself. And I'm sure you guys have heard of the law of attraction and all the methods of bringing things in your life that you want. But I like to simplify it a little bit. We all know what a plus is, we all know what a minus is, positive, negative. You only have to ask yourself if you're a plus or minus. You know this when you wake up. It's that feeling of dread, like you're not ready to face the day, or you actually feel pretty excited. You feel, okay, there's some things you're looking forward to, and that's a plus, and then the other is a minus. It's very easy to tell. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't want the stakes to be very high for you. Meaning, I think that the reason why you're afraid or you're unhappy is because you feel like you're walking on a high wire. You feel like you're suspended in midair, because you feel like at any wrong turn you're just gonna fall, and that'll be the end of things. But that's not really how it works. And you can definitely experience this, but your destiny won't be any different than somebody who's successful. And we like to think of our future as a place that we will end up and stay for a really long time. Oh, maybe if I finally have money and I'm rich and I have my health, I have my family, I'll just stay there for a long time and live my life. But even that will go away. Even that success will eventually go away. Either you get older, you will eventually die, and all of that will be lost anyways. And then whatever peace you will reach, your responsibilities will go away once you're dead, just like everybody else's. So this tranquil, peaceful state that you're searching for will happen regardless, no matter how bad life gets. Because you're going to have the same exact destiny as everyone else. Think about it. You're trying to preserve a future, maybe better than your friends or better than how it was before, or maybe you're trying to preserve this kind of future that's successful, that has progress. And yeah, of course you can make progress, and that's why we're here, to make the most out of it. But if you go about it with a mindset of having this insurance policy that even at the very worst, even if you just wait out this life in the worst kind of misery that there is, forever, that final conclusion, that final truth that will stay with you is going to be infinite. You're going to stay dead for infinity. And in that place, you're going to have peace, understanding, everything you've always wanted, every kind of fulfillment you can imagine is going to happen then, because you're not going to have a body. You're not going to have any connection to the things that you were afraid of before. So know that the peace that you're after is going to happen sooner or later, So that's why you have to look at life as a playful way. Like, this is a temporary phase of existence anyways. It doesn't matter how much I preserve it. I'm going to die anyways. So you might as well play with it. See how much can happen, see what could happen if you maybe wake up and do something you can't even imagine yourself doing, because that's going outside your comfort zone. And there's a lot of content about that on YouTube, but I just wanted to address this idea of this insurance policy that we all have, this peace that we are guaranteed no matter what. And when I think about it that way, I always lose my fear. I always feel less fearful and more kind of tranquil about life, and that tranquility makes things easier. See, we always want the process to be easier, or the process of making a business, the process of meeting friends, the process of finding someone. We all want it to be as easy as possible, but it will only become easy once we're easy to ourselves. Think about it. When we have anxiety, when we choose to worry, we're being hard on ourselves, so we are going to attract more difficulty. The same kind of difficulty that we allow ourselves to have is the kind of difficulty we will attract. So we all live on these emotional, vibrational fields. Like, imagine you're on a field, like this kind of ocean, and there's waves, and people that ride the higher waves, people that reach more success, kind of maintain this plus. So what I'm feeling is like a plus is just any positive emotion. As long as you're in the positive, you could feel a little bit positive, you could feel excited. It doesn't matter. As long as you're in the spectrum of positivity, you're always going to have the best kind of circumstances. And now it's impossible to always be positive. I agree. But just if you're over the scale, at least you're going to have this sort of sense of, okay, I'm in my odds are the best right now. And when I talk about this mindset of having a safety net is in terms of how are you supposed to use the law of attraction if you have doubts? How are you supposed to use the law of attraction if you have fear? They seem to not go really well together, and what people don't really talk about is people are so afraid of death that they're not able to use the law of attraction fully. And the way to use it is you have to be relaxed. So be relaxed. Think about the ultimate truth that you're searching for. Know that it's guaranteed to you. Sooner or later, peace is guaranteed. This kind of closure with everything. You might feel like there's certain things you wish you would have said to somebody. Maybe they're not alive anymore. Maybe it's a loved one, and you hesitate to say what you really feel. All of those feelings, all of those emotions are going to kind of blend, after death. And everything you always wanted to feel, or anything that you wanted to be resolved, will be resolved, and it'll happen the same way to all of us. We are all going to have the same destiny, no matter how much success we have. So just know that you are entitled to that. And you're going to be good forever. You just want to be good, right? You want to, you want things stable. But you're going to be good forever. You're going to be good for much longer than you have been like this, because you're going to be gone for much longer than you are here. That's where you're going to end up. And I know I'm saying this over and over, but I really want you to realize this. This is where you're going to end up. Death is your destination. You're going there. You're not going to reach this life of, okay, I'm successful and I'm going to be here forever, finally. You still have to deal with death, even after being a millionaire, even after being the king of the world. You still have to deal with death just like anyone else. And after that, nothing's going to matter. No more anxiety, no more depression, nothing, you know, and that's going to be your immortality. That's what's going to be infinite. So if you know that that's guaranteed to you, you may not believe it, but you can experience this if you've ever, you know, if you even tried meditating, you know, I just want to prove to you that it's possible, but you can prove it to yourself by meditating. But this degree of fear is what I want you to figure out how to reduce, because you have to have this mental exercise. Okay, there's no stakes, there's no risk. I have an insurance policy. I really do. We all do. If you go through this in your mind over and over, you will convince yourself that you don't have a reason to fear anything, and that you realize all that energy could have been going to all of your best emotions, love, creativity. All of those things are the things that will actually make you happy, but you're putting your energy into something that doesn't make you happy. It's not that the world is making you unhappy. It's not. Your energy is going towards unhappiness and anxiety. So know that ultimately where you will end up is where you want to be. And notice, you can mess up badly. You can screw everything up. You can screw up your whole life. But where you will end up is where you want to be. And we all will. I hope this helps. Please share this video. Please subscribe. And if you want more, you know, more of these insights, more of these approaches that might be a little different than everything else on YouTube, then, you know, please support me. You know, leave a comment, maybe ask a question. And I'd love to, you know, help as many people as possible. Thank you.